Hi guys, it's Haley, and today I wanted to do a book talk review babble thing on this book, Shadow Girl by Liana Lilu? I don't know. I can't say names, and I've said that before, so don't judge me. I had some thoughts on this book. I have gone over in my head like how to describe this book, and I feel like for you to understand why I was drawn to this book if you've never heard of it, and like what my thoughts and predictions about this book were gonna be, I feel like are best described through the book flap. And I know that may be weird or, I don't know, seem lazy. It would be better to understand my feelings toward this book if I read you what's on the flap so you can understand why I kind of have the ideas that I do about this, or the feelings towards this book that I do. So I'm just going to read that now. So, when May arrives at this beautiful house on mysterious Arrow Island, she can't help feeling relieved. She's happy to spend the summer tutoring a rich man's daughter if it means a break from her normal life, her needy mother, her delinquent brother, their tiny apartment in the city. And Ella Morrison seems like an easy charge, sweet and well-behaved. It may not be the most exciting job, but at least it'll be drama-free. Or so May thinks. What she doesn't know is that something is very wrong in the Morrison household. Though May tries to focus on her duties, she becomes increasingly distracted by the family's problems and her own complicated feelings for Ella's brother, Henry. But most disturbing of all are the unexplained noises she hears at nights, the howling, the thumping, and the cries. May is a sensible girl. She isn't superstitious. She doesn't believe in ghosts, yet she can't shake her fear that there is danger lurking in the shadows of this beautiful house, a darkness that could destroy the family inside and out, and May along with them. And maybe I don't know, again, with the names, not good, but that's what I'm calling her. And I really don't feel like they said her name at all in this book. Like, step one, they didn't say her name at all in this book. So I, really legitimately didn't know her name until I, looked at the flap. It could be towards the end. This is going to be a spoiler review, so if you have any interest in reading this unspoiled, I would suggest that you tune out now. I just feel like to be able to share with you my thoughts, about this book, for you to fully understand my feelings about this book, I just really need to talk about it. So, yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. So, yeah, I don't think they ever said her name, in this whole book. Ooh, the lighting is changing. Sorry about that. I had really high hopes for this book. I think that's why it fell flat for me. There was a lot of, ideas that I had that I thought this book was gonna be. It just didn't meet my expectations. I guess I just thought this book was gonna be... without better words, thought it was going to be a better book than it was. I read it really quickly. It was fast-paced, and I was really curious to see how the mystery would unfold. But when the mystery unfolded, it just was oh, that's it? So, you find out about the ghost halfway through the book. She expels the ghost and the ghost is gone. And then they never really talk about the ghost again. And then I was waiting for the ghost to come back. I was like, oh, that couldn't be it. They expelled the ghost, but we're only halfway through the book. So there's no way the ghost is really gone. And so that was expectation one. I'm sorry if you're my dog is making noises over there. So sorry if you can hear that. So expectation number one, I was like, okay, the ghost is going to come back and there's going to be all this drama and she's going to find the ghost and realize that the ghost wasn't expelled and there's going to be this, thing. That never happened. They expelled the ghost was gone. Until about the, very end of the book, the ghost was in the TV. But then they never explain, why the ghost was in the TV, and they never tell you anything more about the ghost. And that really bothered me, unless they're going to, bring a sequel, but I just don't know. I don't know if this book is going to be a sequel. If I find out after filming this, I'll look on Goodreads and see what it says about it. That if I find out there's a sequel, I'll put it down below. But I don't know. So then I thought, okay, so this isn't going to be heavy on the mystery side. It's going to be heavy on the contemporary romance side, and that's fine. It was okay, so this isn't going to be what I expected, but it's still going to be a romance. And I'm here for it. You know, like, I was ready for it. And it never happened. They were like, they'd have these weird conversations, and then they'd just leave, and then they would, like, yell at each other, and then they would say mean things, and then they would say, oh, I'm sorry, and then they would be like, yeah. It was just like that. It was like, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, me too. And then nothing built up, and then, like, finally you were like, oh, they're gonna, like, end up together, and then his dad gets arrested for, like, scamming people or money fraud or something, and then he's like, oh, I can't be with you because of my dad. It was just like, what? So it wasn't a mystery. It wasn't a romance. Like, I finished this book and legitimately was like, it was a book about nothing. Like, what was this book about? Like, I feel like it started a lot of, like, plots. Like, I was like, oh, this book has so many ways it can go, and the possibilities are endless. And I think that was the biggest disappointment for me with this book, was that she didn't follow any of those possibilities. Like, it was just done. And I was like, you had so much potential. This book, like, was so much potential, and now we're just, like, done. And I was just really confused. I just felt like it was very, maybe, underdeveloped. Like, she had a lot of great ideas, and then she just, like, published them. I don't know. To me, it was just, it started out so good, but none of the stories, like, really, like, got hashed out and were, like, made good. Like, it didn't end strong at all. I didn't feel like I walked away going, yeah, this book was about this. It was about nothing. But in the end, I feel like this book could have gone in so many great directions. It could have been, like, this one great book that could have been made into a movie that could have been just great. And it wasn't. It just wasn't. And I don't remember what I rated it on Goodreads, but I will also post that below. Like, it got me out of, like, I was in this really bad book, like, funk where I just wasn't reading anything, and I was just really stuck. And this got me out of that, like, I will say that. Like, I read it really quick, and I was done with the book, and I was like, sweet, I'm back into this reading thing. And I was really looking forward to seeing where it was going to go. It just didn't go any of the places that I wanted it to. Kind of reminiscent to me of the Myra Dyer trilogy. I had and that was even worse because it was 3 books built up. But I had so much expectations of where the book could go and what it was going to be. And they just didn't take it anywhere. And it wasn't like they took it somewhere good. It's just like it ended disappointingly. So yeah, that's just how I feel about this book. If you have different opinions, feel free to share it, like, with me down below in the comments. I'd be curious to know of other people who've read this book who maybe liked it, and why there's some reasons you did like it. If you felt like it ended good, and what would be your reasonings for those, because I'm just not sure. And if you didn't like it, you could tell me those feelings too down below. I really wanted to like this book, and that's why I think that's why I was most disappointed. It was like, I had such high expectations, and they just weren't met. Yeah, that's my feelings about this book. So again, if you have thoughts and opinions, you can leave them down below. I'd be curious to talking to you about them. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to be back with another video posted soon.